Matt Clark here at the new Matt Clark. How are each and every one of you doing on this amazing Monday? I'm doing great, my girl's doing great, my family's doing great. I hope each and every one of you are doing great, even though we're in the midst of another lockdown. If you could please hit that like button, subscribe button, and that bell notification button so you get all my videos when they're new. If you could share with somebody on social media, help spread the message, help spread the word, that would be amazing. And there's a PayPal option if you'd like to donate, help support the channel. The link is in the description of all my videos. So, I've been on this channel probably a year and a half. And I've been talking about all the things that'll keep you out of prison, staying away from this person, cutting off the people that do this. But this, what I'm about to talk about today, to me, is possibly the number one most important step you have to take if you're somebody who plans on staying out of prison, has been caught up in the cycle, and wants success. And that is getting a job. Idle hands is the devil playground. And that is facts. If all you have is time on your hand, time on your hands, time on your hands, you're gonna get yourself into trouble. Now, if you talk to most convicts that are in the midst of a pen bit, drug dealers, robbers, anybody, they're gonna tell you, I don't wanna work. That's not what I wanna do. I don't feel like working and paying half my money in taxes. It's a regular story you hear throughout the system. And then if you're doing 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years, however many years it is that you're in for, you see guys coming in on the revolving door process where they're back 6 months after they got out. I was on that same program, and it was because I never had a job. I'd get a job temporarily, but I couldn't keep the job. Now, the most important thing you need to know if you're getting out of prison and you need a job, you're never gonna start at $25, $30, $35 an hour, making $100,000 a year, where you could support a family easily, you could support a household easily. That's not going to happen. If you've been doing crime and been caught up in addiction your whole life, and you have these blank spots all the way up and down your resume, you're gonna have to make up for that. And the only way to do that is to start at the bottom. You might have to get a job at Tim Hortons. You might have to get a job at McDonald's. You might have to get a job at Canadian Tire or Best Buy or something like that. A job paying minimum wage. And you know what you gotta do? You gotta earn and show your value. Now, before you ever get a job, a lot of guys say, I can't get a job. I try and I try and I try, and I just can't find a job. And that's most likely because your goals are too unrealistic. So you got to spend as much time searching for a job as you would working a job. 20 resumes, I guarantee one person will answer. If you get into that interview chair, don't go in there, yeah, dad, yeah, man, I'm here for the job, yeah, you already know. Have a professional resume built. If you can't do it, there's programs and stuff which will help and show you how to do that, how to build a proper resume format. There's all kinds of programs for guys getting out of the pen, John Howard Society, a bunch of these things that will help you. Now, once you put that resume out, every single company that you apply for, inform yourself on just a little bit, especially if they call you back. Now, a lot of guys make a huge mistake. They do no research. And when they go in for a job interview, they have no idea what they're talking about. The guy might say to you, so what is it that you could do for my company? If you don't know what the company does, how could you ever give somebody a real answer on a question like that? You have to take the time, become knowledgeable on what it is that the company does, show that you're truly interested, and sometimes they'll even overlook the crap. The company that I work for and companies that I have worked for in the past all knew about my criminal record. I was honest. I didn't want 6 months down the road, a year down the road, them to come and say, we need to do a criminal record check. They find out that I was lying to them and they fire me. I would rather be honest up front. They don't give me the job, and then I don't have to worry about it when I do get the job. But That's not always an option. You can't always just go in and say, yeah. So it's what field are you looking for jobs in? If you're trying to be a computer person, computer designer, if you're trying to work in the government, if you're trying to do anything that you need to be bondable, then a criminal record is going to come into play. So that's pretty much out of the question. They're not going to start putting you in control of thousands of dollars. It's just not going to happen. So you have to shoot for realistic goals. If you're a male, you're coming out of the system, most likely you're going to start at either general labor, construction, or a minimum wage job. And you have to work every day and show them how hard of a worker you are. You want to be able to build your resume honestly. So when you show up at the job site, people see this is the resume, this is the guy, it's a match. It's not this resume of I'm this hard worker and I'm this, that. They give you a chance and you're just standing there twiddling your thumbs, lazy. Work is not easy. Getting up early in the morning after coming out of the system, because parole will usually demand you have a job. Probation will usually demand you have a job, and it will be only a matter of time before you get a breach because you haven't done that. So I understand getting up in the morning is hard. Working all day for a small paycheck is hard. But believe me when I tell you, when you break your back for the money that you earn, you appreciate it that much more. That means that because you appreciate it, you're more careful with it. You're thinking about how you're going to invest it. Investing into mutual funds, RRSPs, whatever it is to try to build up your legitimate money. And over the years, it's only been a couple years for me, I have started tacking on a resume. Now I have a job for years. Something that I have on a resume, I can say, wham, I've been a solid employee for years. I'm very punctual. I'm a hard worker. All my job reports are good. I don't kick the can. And if I don't have anything to do, I find something to do. I don't wait till I'm asked. I find something to do. I keep myself busy. I show them that I'm a valuable asset. So every year when it comes to raises, it comes to, do they want to keep you? Those little things will be mitigating factors or not. So the best idea is to go in gung-ho. When you go through your interview, tell them this is what I can do, this is what I can do, and this is what I can do. And tell them honestly, I'm a fast learner, I'm good at this, and I'm a hard worker, and I'm good at organizational skills. Tell them what you're good at honestly, because everybody's good at something. And if you're genuine, then they'll take your skills and put it into play. I got my first shot from a guy in an AA meeting. I was telling my story, and he believed my heartfelt story. Because he believed that story, he gave me an opportunity with a job. Now, I could have either been complacent, I could have took things for granted, and I could have kicked the can and been lazy like I pretty much had been most of my life in the past when I was working. Yeah, sure, I'd work hard for spurts, but then eventually I'd lose my job because I'd stop going to work, my attendance would get bad, drugs would get involved, blah, 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 blah. But this time I decided that I wasn't going to do that. I was going to work as hard as I can all the time. I was going to build my value and show my worth. Guess what? Every year I've gotten a raise. The company appreciates me. They appreciate me. They say things to me that show me that. And my value as an employee has gone up. And because of this, over that year, the last few years of consistent work, I've learned real job skills that I can put on a resume where I'm not lying. I could do this, and this, and I can genuinely do that. And guess what that does? That opens up more doors for you. And networking, if you want opportunities to blossom for you, like say for instance, you know you have to start at the bottom. So you're going to work at Tim Hortons or you're going to work at Canadian Tire or something like that. But every day you work your butt off and you show people how hard you work. Your customer service is impeccable. One day, somebody who sees you working, that just comes in every day and, gets stuff maybe from you or whatever it is, sees that maybe you're a more valued employee than what your job is allowing you to do. So they give you an opportunity. That is called networking. And unless you stand 10 toes down and show your worth, that's never going to happen. Obviously, I share my stories with you guys, so you guys don't have to go through these things yourselves. If I could snap my fingers, nobody goes to prison, nobody's addicted to drugs, everybody's got a job, nobody experiences abuse, etc., etc., etc. That's what I do. But that's not a reality, especially in 2021. We're living in a time that's not easy. You got to go out and get it. Nobody's going to give it to you. And unless you have value behind your name, you're always going to be at the bottom. You don't want to be that guy who's 60 years old, scrounging to make 25 grand a year at a minimum wage job because you never took your career serious. You never took a job serious. And now at 65 years old, you're retired, you're living off CPP, you don't have a lot of money, you're renting a room, and you're not happy. You're alone, you're miserable, when you should be in a good standing position in society, have some money behind you so you can live a good life. That is the whole point of working from young, to build that up for yourself. Now, obviously, if you spent time in jail, spent time in prison, did years and years and years, you're a little bit behind. So you got to work that much harder to catch up. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you I was the best employee, because I was not. I had a lot of things that I had to learn how to do. I had to learn how to control my temper. I had to learn how to not let that get the best of me, because a lot of the people you work with, these are civilian dudes, and they will test your patience. They will, especially if they know you're somebody who's been through some stuff and trying to turn your life around. That is stigma. They want to get you out of there ASAP. I have a guy that worked at my company before me. He's not there anymore, but he literally spent a year trying to cost me my job. It took everything in my might not to just smash his face in. But I didn't do that. I ignored it, and I built up my value. And now I'm at the company, and he's not. If you could please hit that like button, if you could please hit that subscribe button and that bell notification button to get all my videos when they're new. If you could share with somebody on social media, help spread the message, help spread the word, that would be amazing. And there's a PayPal option if you'd like to donate, help support the channel. The link is in the description of all of my videos. So, like I said, this is arguably the number one most important factor in staying out of prison, getting a job. Because not only does it take up a lot of your time, possibly keep you out of trouble that way, but also pays your bills. Financially, you'll be secure. And over the years, your money situation will get better, better, and better. You'll start feeling better about yourself, which will make you work harder. That will raise your value more. You'll make more money. It's a snowball effect. But if you're lazy and you don't believe in yourself, it's not going to happen. Love each and every one of you. The new Matt Clark. Go get it. Don't be lazy.